I have this theory that you see the greatest players in the league at their best during the playoffs. Now, we've talked to three of the most respected players in the league. Respected because they've always been on winning teams. Why? And what do they have in common? Well, I think that you'll find that the thing they have most in common is a winning attitude.
I think my greatest single experience was my second year as a pro when I played in Virginia, and I averaged 31 points a night, 31 point something, and 15, 16 rebounds, or what have you. And we only won half our games. After that year, I realized that the individual physical talents, of a player are a factor, but they're not the key factor, and just going out and letting it hang out. And then when the smoke clears, looking at the stat sheet or what have you, that's not where it's at. And often, or not often, always, less in some areas is going to breed more in other areas.
I think it begins and ends with effort. You have to want it, and you have to put your desire into physical motion and go out there and go for it. You don't win anything by thinking about how talented you are and just letting your talent do the work for you.
When I step on a basketball court, I try to do the things that need to be done. If it's defense, if it's rebounding, if it's scoring, whatever. But I know I got to go out, and I know the guys depend on me every night to go out and give 100% because they know that I'm sort of their leader on the court. And if I'm playing well, everybody tends to play well. But if I'm having an off night, it seems like everybody else as well. Maybe I can pick it up. But if they don't pick it up quick enough, we're in trouble.
That was one thing that John Wooden was very good at teaching. He didn't want us to rely on our emotional makeup to make us play well. He wanted us to be prepared mentally and physically and to give our best effort to let that decide how well we were going to do.
Getting too emotionally involved makes you less effective, because you get away from doing some of the other things in the games, some of the finer points of the game that you might do well, or that might be even more necessary because you get locked. There's still some times when it sneaks in, and there's nothing you can do about it. And hopefully, there are some things you can do about it, but many times you don't make the adjustment until it's too late.
Earlier in my career, it happened so bad, like the next two games I was worthless. But now I start playing better. I start trying to gear myself up not only for the game before that game, I'll try to gear myself up even more for the next games because they're just as important as that one game.
So that all these years people have that's been one of the criticisms, that you don't play with a lot of emotion. That is the way you wanted to play then?
Yes.
Is there anybody you ever go after?
Probably the one guy that I like to really do well against, I don't guard him all the time, is Dr. J. There's no doubt about it. He's the #1 guy in the league. As far as notoriety, the fans and everything, and I love to go out and have a great game against him. I love to beat him. He's one of the guys I like to go up against and really say I accomplished something when I play him.
I play against Bird, play against Magic, play against a guy like Roundfield, Kareem, even though he doesn't play forward.
Is there anyone that today that gets you up at all?
Ted Stepien.
What particular skill do you think is your greatest skill?
Well, there's no doubt. I believe now that I'm one of the best players in the league down the stretch. I mean, if not only scoring, but I had to play the defensive end, take the charge, make a steal, get the rebound. That's when the game is the most important, when the game's tied with 2 or 3 minutes to go. I feel that I got something, like you said, I think I know how to win the game. Maybe scoring might be my best asset, but I think I can make other things out there happen and win the game by doing something else other than scoring.
I have an ability to score. I think defensively I have an ability to block shots and make people miss shots. We decided a couple of years ago that all 5 guys on the team were going to have to rebound, and I would be most helpful in making sure that there were rebounds to be had.
The strong areas for me are, my agility, jumping ability. I try to play defense through anticipation, anticipating what a guy's capable of doing physically. I'm always playing against a guy bigger than me and stronger than me, so I don't try to muscle him. You're not going to do the same thing the same way every night, but you can get the same results.
All right, you're a good passer.
Okay.
A great passer.
Good, I'd say good.
Okay. Good defense.
You're in wide open.
Average.
How are you the decoy?
Great.